The story of aviation in Harbour Grace first begins in 1919, the year of the Great Atlantic Air Race. The Handley Page Atlantic, a competitor, was sent to Harbour Grace by rail in 105 crates. Mark Kerr, pilot, and crew assembled the plane on several farmers' fields, where a bumpy 900 by 100-yard aerodrome was constructed. In the words of Joseph R. Smallwood, Newfoundland and Labrador's first premier and father of Confederation, then working as a journalist covering the event, it wasn't one field, but a series of gardens and farms, with rock walls between them. These all had to be considerable obstructions, a barracks, which had to be destroyed. Gangs of men carried out this work, and then, when all was cleared, a heavy roller, drawn by 3 horses and weighed down with several hundred pounds of iron bars, eliminated the hummocks. The result, after a month, was a bumpy aerodrome. The field became known as Handley Page by the Sea. Today, the land roughly corresponds to the St. Francis soccer pitch in Harbour Grace. The town's first official airstrip came 8 years later, in 1927, when Fred Kohler visited Newfoundland to find a suitable area for landing Waco Oil's plane, the Pride of Detroit. On a train out from St. John's, Kohler met John L. Oak, a Harbour Grace native, who recommended the area of the present-day strip. In the exciting early days of aviation, the airstrip proposal was warmly received by residents. They relished the chance to bring Harbour Grace into the 20th century by way of this technological innovation. At a public meeting at the town hall on July 25th, a 21-person committee was formed, the Harbour Grace Airport Trust Company. Work began in earnest on August 8, 1927. With money and equipment from private investors and the Newfoundland government, local laborers clear-cut an area measuring 4,000 feet in length by 300 feet in width. The work took 18 days, finishing on August 26th, just in time for the arrival of the Pride of Detroit, pilot William S. Brock and Edward Schley, president of Waco Oil. In its history, the airstrip hosted 20 transatlantic flights, some successful, some unsuccessful. None were more famous than Amelia Earhart's solo flight across the Atlantic. Leaving Harbour Grace on May 20th, 1932, Earhart landed in Culmore, Northern Ireland, to international acclaim, becoming the first woman to accomplish this feat alone. Another was the flight of Errol Boyd and Harry Connor, the first 2 Canadians to successfully cross the Atlantic by plane. Today, the airstrip remains a prized community asset in the town of Harbour Grace. The airstrip is still active, with amateur aviation club Copa Flight 97 maintaining the land for the recreational use. And visitors come from all over to see Lubin Boykov's statue of Amelia Earhart in Riverhead, near the site of the SS Kyle.